Good evening. I am Laura Clark, and I will serve as moderator for the forum this evening. This forum is co-sponsored by the League of Women Voters of Murfreesboro, Rutherford County, Murfreesboro Communications Department, and Murfreesboro Cable Commission. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this forum. Tonight, we will hear remarks from the candidates for City Mayor. Before introducing the candidates, I would like to outline the procedure for this forum. Each candidate will be allowed 1 minute to make an opening statement. When both candidates have completed their opening statement, the first of several questions will be asked. The candidates have not been told what questions will be asked. Each candidate will be given 45 seconds to answer each question. The candidates will have 1 minute to answer the last question and to make their closing remarks. I will begin by introducing the candidates. They are each seeking election to Murfreesboro City Mayor. This is an important position to the citizens of Murfreesboro, and we hope to hear them address substantive issues facing all of us. I want to thank them for their gracious acceptance of our invitation to participate in this event. Sitting on the left is Mr. Shane McFarland, and on the right is Mr. Ron Washington. Mr. McFarland, you may begin your opening statement.
Thank you. I want to specifically thank the League of Women Voters and also Channel 3 for allowing us to have this forum to get our message out to the residents tonight. I moved to Murfreesboro in 1992 to attend MTSU and graduated with an accounting degree. And like many who attend MTSU, I love Murfreesboro so much that I wanted to stay here. Met my wife here of 15 years who's from Murfreesboro, and we have 3 children, twin boys that are 10 and also an 18-month-old. I've had the honor over the last 8 years to be able to serve you, the residents of Murfreesboro, on your city council. Through that time and through working with the other council members, we've been able to work on our mission of safe and livable neighborhoods, continuing to work on a phenomenal education system, and also continue to work on economic development and work with the over 10,000 businesses in this community. Those are the things that I look forward to working on as your mayor and continuing to work on to improve Murfreesboro.
Thank you, Mr. McFarland. And now, Mr. Washington.
Thank you, audience, and thank the League of Women Voters for having us at Channel 3 for televising this event. I'm Vice Mayor Ron Washington, and I'm running for mayor for the city of Murfreesboro. As a lifelong resident of Murfreesboro, I have a vested interest in what happens in Murfreesboro, not just Murfreesboro, but Rutherford County. My over 20 years of proven leadership in government service and my over 30 years of service at Middle Tennessee Electric has prepared me for this position to become mayor. I hope to work with public safety employees to enhance the numbers for public safety employees. I look forward to working with the Parks and Recreation Department, our West Park development, and 2 additional stations, one that will be opening this year, fire stations, the one on Joe B. Jackson, well, not Joe B. Jackson, but out at Veterans Parkway, and hopefully to bring another one online in the next few years out on Joe B. Jackson.
Thank you, Mr. Washington. And now to the first question, and Mr. Washington will answer first. So, Mr. Washington, why are you running for mayor?
Thank you. I am running for mayor because of my love for the city and my involvement in public service and government for over 20 years. I think that has prepared me to be the mayor, the next mayor, because I'm very in tune with what's going on. I'm very strong and have been very strong. My track record is proven. We've been very strong in trying to establish neighborhood associations and working hard to promote economic development in all neighborhoods and working hard to, especially the older neighborhoods. They tend to get left behind, and I think I've been an advocate and proponent of all neighborhoods for the city of Murfreesboro. So as mayor, I will continue to do so and continue to do what I can to assist the school systems and public safety to make.
And Mr. McFarland.
I'm running for mayor of Murfreesboro for one simple reason, and I think that's to work for the residents of Murfreesboro and continue to make this a great place to live. over the last 8 years, I've had the opportunity of working with some fine individuals on City Council where we come and we work towards the common goal of making sure that we continue to serve all the residents of Murfreesboro. As a small business owner, I don't think that makes you any better than anyone else, but you sure do get life experiences to help teach you and help mold you in a way that you can run government more efficient and also be able to provide better for your residents. One of the things I'm looking forward to is continuing to work with economic development to make sure that we give opportunity to all the residents of Murfreesboro and continue to make it a good place to live.
Thank you. And so to elaborate a little more on these ideas, if elected, Mr. McFarland, what would you like to accomplish during your term in office?
Well, the one thing I will tell you, and I think anyone who's worked with me, I don't want to be your mayor to make it about all the things that I want to get accomplished. I want to be the mayor that will continue to work with the council and also forever seek input from our residents to make sure that I'm the type of mayor to listen to input and make sure of things that we want to see improve. Now, I have a list of things I want to continue to work on, but I see our education system as one that we have to continue to support our teachers. We've made a commitment that we want to make sure to build good schools, but, education is a people business, and we need to make sure that we do everything that we can to support our teachers that are in the classrooms and also support our students. Our students will be residents of Murfreesboro soon, and that's what we need to do.
Mr. Washington?
I believe becoming the mayor, I can use my experience, my extended experience on the state and national level to help keep us engaged with what's going on in the total world. For instance, I believe the public education is under attack by the state and the federal government. Therefore, I need to use my context and my experience to work with those guys to make sure that we still keep public education and public safety and funding for our cities a top priority. This way that we will, the challenge will be continuing to manage our finances, and I will still try to provide the optimum service and growing for this community.
Thank you, Mr. Washington. In this age of accountability, how will you measure your success as mayor? And Mr. Washington, would you respond first?
Yes. I'll measure my success based upon if I've met my goals and my opportunities as mayor. For instance, looking at, I believe we need to add more police officers, more firefighters. Those are challenges. We have a CIP plan that we have in place, and we'll have to adjust it as seen necessary. We have a comprehensive land use study that I'm really looking forward to getting involved in that will cover the total city to tell us and give us a blueprint of where we can look for growth in the future. Those are my goals, and education is the key. And stay involved as a liaison to the education system and work with them to enhance and provide the needs that they need to have for the kids to become the best that they can be and be successful.
And now, Mr. McFarland.
I think it's easy to measure success in short-term goals, but I think as your mayor, my vision or my measure of success is going to be to look at the long-term goals. And, we can look at the here and now and look at the things that give us direct give us satisfaction, but what we have to be able to look is to see how we plan for the future. We're doing that with our strategic plan that we're getting ready to implement. We have to continue to look not just in the next 2 to 4 years, but we have to look for many years to come. We do that by taking care of our employees. We do that by taking care of our planning. We do that by taking care of our roads and infrastructure. So it's not just something I think you can look in one term and measure your success. It's where you look 20 years down the road and you see how you've done.
Thank you. And the next question, and we'll begin with Mr. McFarland. How do you balance expectations of constituents with budgetary constraints?
That's a good question, and being an accounting major, balancing expectations is something that you have to do. There's a debit and there's a credit for everything that you do. So I would tell you that what we have to be able to look at is how we can do more with less. You look at our audit this year and how I look at managing expectations. We spent $4 million less this year than we did last year. So that tells me that we were able to do more with less money. And that's what our constituents expect. Murfreesboro has a quality of life that people have come to grow and to expect, and they want to see that continue, but they want to see us as elected leaders to be able to do that and do that more efficient. Now, I don't believe in doing that on the backs of our employees. I think that we have to continually find ways that we can provide better services for our employees and our constituents.
Thank you. Mr. Washington?
Well, that can be difficult, but we have managed to do that for at least 15 years in a good way. In my 15-year tenure on the council, we haven't had a tax increase during that tenure. And we work hard with the city manager to make sure that he meets our expectations. And we actually meet with him, we meet with him, and I'm going to meet with him every day now, but as mayor. But we meet with him and basically give him a guideline and blueprint on what to go by and what our expectations are. We are managed extremely well. We do long-range planning. I've been a part of it for over 20 years. Our long-range plan, our CIP plan, our major thoroughfare plan, and I think that experience matters, and that's what makes me has prepared me to be the next mayor.
Thank you. Now to Mr. Washington. What do you think, in your opinion, is the #1 issue facing Murfreesboro in 2014?
Well, I've said in the past, as mayor, our #1 challenge is continuing to manage our finances and continue to provide the services that this city needs to have. That's why I've been looking at the West Side Precinct, the additional firefighters and additional police officers, and for public safety reasons. And due to my real interest in neighborhood safety and public safety, I've dealt in areas where probably none of our other council members have, trying to build neighborhood associations and create a sustainable and safe lifestyle for those that are disadvantaged. I pride myself in that service, and we want to do that for the entire community, and I'm at your call any time of the day, even as a councilman and vice mayor, to meet your needs.
Thank you. And Mr. McFarland?
I equate being mayor to running your own small business, because unfortunately you don't just get to focus on one issue. You're the accounting department, you're the PR department, you're HR. So I think my role as mayor is to look and not just focus on one issue in Murfreesboro. I think we have several opportunities that we can focus on and continue to work on, but as mayor, you just don't get to specify and say, this is my one issue I'm going to work on. We have to be able to marry older neighborhoods, newer economic development, older economic development, newer streets, older infrastructure, and newer infrastructure, and be able to marry those all together and make sure that all the needs of Murfreesboro are being met for all of our residents in all of the areas.
Thank you. And so moving from the present to the future, what is your vision for Murfreesboro 10 years from now? Mr. McFarland?
10 years from now, I'd like to see Murfreesboro continuing to work through not having any tax increases, continuing to work through that we have a safe community, continuing to work through that we alleviate our traffic issues that we have, continuing to work through on parks and recreational opportunities. And I think the one thing that I look at 10 years from now is to be able to say that we landed that first major corporation for high-paying jobs. I really want to see, not just 10 years from now, but I want my kids to be able to have an opportunity to come back to Murfreesboro to work, to not have to drive to Nashville or not have to drive to Cool Springs or Franklin. So I think the things that we measure ourselves by are how we continue to make Murfreesboro a great place to live.
Thank you. And Mr. Washington?
Yes, 10 years from now, I hope to look back at the city of Murfreesboro and see an enhanced city. We have a great city right now. But 10 years from now, we just need to continue to work with the economic engines that help the economic development of Murfreesboro. That's the Chamber, and then specifically MTSU, continue to support them. And the traffic, that's another issue, but the comprehensive land use plan is actually going to be extremely important. It's going to tell us where we can grow and where we can't grow and where we may grow. It'll just drainage issues. And plus, we do have an urban growth boundary that has guided us as far as where we can grow. And 10 years from now, I just hope to see more future development, more high-paying job creation, and Murfreesboro is thriving just like it always has for the last 15 years.
Thank you. And so to the next question, Mr. Washington, what can be done to improve economic growth in Murfreesboro?
Well, to improve economic growth, we have all of the tools here to attract higher paying jobs. We just have to be more creative, more competitive to do that and to get the higher paying jobs and promote economic development. It's done every day. I do it wherever I go. The Chamber and MTSU are the driving engines for economic development. And I just will continue to do what we've been doing for the next 10 years and probably be creative and do some more things to continue economic growth here in Rutherford County and Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Thank you. And Mr. McFarland?
As mayor, I think that's part of my job is economic development, and that's being a salesperson for Murfreesboro, to be able to sit down across from a Fortune 500 company and explain what Rutherford County and what Murfreesboro has to offer. But, you know, in my line of work, I would tell you it's two words. It's customer service. I don't have the luxury of not providing, I would say, excellent customer service, not good customer service, excellent customer service. And I think that's something as a city that we have to continually strive to do, to be able, when someone comes to the City Hall or deal with city officials, that they walk away, they may have not got the answer that they wanted, but they walked away knowing that Murfreesboro is a fair place to do business, and it's also a place where the business is open, where we're open for business.
Thank you, Mr. McFarland. In the global society in which we live right now, how do you see the role of the mayor of Murfreesboro in relation to other communities such as Smyrna, Laverne, as well as all of Rutherford County? Mr. McFarland?
Everything now you look at, we're all linked together, where it's through Facebook or through Twitter or different things, that Murfreesboro is not just a small 110,000 community in Middle Tennessee, but we're known globally, whether it's through MTSU or many different things that we have, NHK, Amazon. I think the thing that we look at, I want to be a leader. I want Murfreesboro to be the leader. I don't want to look, and I think we have to look at what other municipalities are doing, but I think what you find is you see other municipalities that come and look at Murfreesboro on how to transact business and how to be able to run their city. And that's what I want to do. As mayor, I want to set the pace. I want to set the pace for the council, set the pace for the staff, and from the top down, lead with compassion and lead with customer service.
Thank you. Mr. Washington?
Well, as mayor, I will continue to do probably what I've been doing for years, expand my reach. Every day I'm on the internet, on the computer, looking through Governing Magazine and forwarding articles to the city staff about what I see, what's going on nationwide. That's why I continue to be engaged on the state and the national level. I can't tell you how important that is, because I've learned so much from how other cities operate, where I bring those particular practices back to the city of Murfreesboro and try to implement those. So I will continue to do that. It's ironic you use global, because part of the mission statement for the school system, the new school system mission statement, talks about being competitive globally. And that's how we have to think. We have to be competitive globally. So we're getting our children competitive, we'll be competitive, and as mayor, I'll make sure that that happens.
Thank you. And our next question. As mayor of Murfreesboro, how would you address concerns about ethics in government and public service? Mr. Washington?
Ethics in public service. Well, once a year, all of us have to fill out a disclosure form and an ethics form. Ethics, as far as you're concerned, it's a high priority with me. You don't manage a company for as long as I did at Middle Tennessee Electric and handle all those employees on a $13 million budget and not know how to look at ethics, because you're dealing with employees, a bunch of them. So ethics is a high priority for me, and I think that our employees are very ethical. They're some of the hardest working employees I've seen, but there are some systems in place to checks and balances about ethics, and that will be a high priority on my list.
Thank you. And Mr. McFarland?
As mayor, I think you have to lead by example. You have to say what you mean and mean what you say. And I think that's something that comes from the top down, that people see that you're honest, you're fair, that you're compassionate, and that you want everyone to head towards a common goal. So, you know, with politics now, you watch TV every night and you see some kind of scandal that's happened, and I think with Murfreesboro, we've been blessed that we don't have to deal with that. You know, we deliver services, we provide services, we pick up trash, we provide police, we provide fire, we provide parks and recreational opportunities. And I think as mayor, you have to make sure that you have an open door policy that people know that they have access, and that's what I'll do as your mayor.
Thank you. And the next question. What are your thoughts on the connection between media and government? And when I say media, I mean both traditional media and social media. Mr. McFarland?
I smile as I listen to that question because I'm probably on council known as the techie council member. I helped push to make sure that we had social media within City Hall. You know, I think it's our job. You look 8 years ago when I ran for City Council, things have changed. We have to find different ways to communicate with our citizens. And, you know, 8 years ago, I would receive 1 or 2 phone calls a day, and now I receive emails or Facebook messages. And that's the thing I think we have to continually do, is to find ways to communicate with our residents better. And we do that through social media. We do that through making sure that we have our open government page on our website updated, commissions and boards updated, and actually making things accessible to our residents.
And Mr. Washington?
Yes, ma'am, good question. Nowadays, the key word in government at all levels is transparency. Our work as mayor to make our government as transparent as it possibly can be. You know, people have to trust you. Your residents need to trust you. And I believe that in my 15 years of being on the council, we've built a tremendous amount of trust. We'll use social media or any means of media to communicate with our citizens because we want the feedback. We want the feedback. I get the little calls, and we'll address them pretty quickly. I forward them to the department where they're supposed to go, and we do follow-up. So trying to be as transparent as we can be is a key, and I'll work very hard to make sure that everyone has access that wants access, and we'll build a very transparent government. Touchy-feely.
Thank you. Next question is, what will influence your decision if you are elected mayor about growth in Murfreesboro? Mr. Washington?
Growth, the G word. Well, growth is good. Growth is what got us through the recession. It's provided a lot of opportunities for citizens to move here and to live here, and they love all of the services that we provide, the parks and recreation and everything that we have. I hear so many compliments about what we provide, but it does bring some cons like traffic. But we've been able to manage that growth very well, and our long-range planning and long-range vision has served us very, very well as to where the growth is going to go, where it needs to be. And we've had land use studies, the Salem land use study, the Blackburn land use study. So we're constantly looking at growth and where it can go, where it needs to go.
Thank you. Mr. McFarland?
You know, growth influences our community in many different ways. You look at Nashville, that was just named the new IT city in the United States, and you know, I think we can bury our head in the sand and think that people are not going to come to Rutherford County, but you know, people are going to come to Rutherford County. I was in a meeting the other night, and there were 21 people there, and they asked for people to raise their hands who are from Murfreesboro, and no one raised their hands. So with growth is going to come many challenges, and I think that's where you have to have a serious leader who's willing to look and have vision to say, here's the direction that we need to go, rally a group to work for a common good, and that's what I want to do with our council. I want to be able to make our council more active to make sure that everyone is involved in the direction that we head this city towards.
Thank you. And now to Mr. McFarland for this next question. If you are elected mayor, you will have the opportunity to affect the quality of life in Murfreesboro. What initiatives would you continue, and what would you change?
Speaking from a ball coach, I would tell you that I would continue. Residents have expected the quality of life in Murfreesboro to coincide with our recreational opportunities. And, you know, as a coach, I say that when kids are on ball fields, they're not getting in trouble. They learn teamwork. They learn many different traits on working together on those ball fields. So I think the quality of life, I would continue to work on finding where we can expand our recreational opportunities and doing that within a balanced budget. But, you know, quality of life goes to many different areas. That goes to traffic, our education system. So I think as mayor, you have to focus on all of those issues to make sure that the residents get everything that they need in Murfreesboro.
Thank you. And Mr. Washington?
Just continue to enhance the services and promote growth and provide support for the economic engines that drive Murfreesboro and this region, really. Continue to just do what it takes to have all communities be safe and livable. That means paying a lot of attention in all neighborhoods, which I think is my strong suit, that I've been able to do that over the last 15+ years when it comes to flooding or whatever the needs are that the citizens of Murfreesboro need to be met. They know I'm a listener, and I tell my employees on them on my evaluations, I tell them, y'all need to lead by example. I like that ploy. I tell them all the time, lead by example, and people will follow. And those don't follow, well, they end up somewhere else. But just keep on doing what we're doing. I think we're doing a wonderful job. And like I said again, I cannot talk about this comprehensive plan that we're looking into.
Thank you. And for our last question and your closing remarks, what makes you the candidate that voters should choose for mayor of Murfreesboro? Mr. Washington?
Well, in my opinion, experience matters. I can't tell you that enough. I've had enough experience and on enough commissions and in a bunch of neighborhoods that I know the city, been all my life, love it. It's the best place to be. I think that has prepared me to be the next mayor. And my family supports me. Residents have supported me. And to let you know this, this probably is, oh, I know it is. This is my last election. Most people don't understand I've run 6 times. 6. That's a big deal. But experience matters. I have it. Compassionate, and with employees, know it. That's what has prepared me to be the next mayor for the city of Murfreesboro. And please vote for Ron Washington 2014 on April the 15th. Early voting is March 26th through April the 10th.
Thank you. And Mr. McFarland?
Over the last 4 months, I've had the opportunity to sit in living rooms and meet people at churches, ball fields, pancake breakfasts, and I've been able to explain where I would like to see Murfreesboro go, how I'd like to do that as a team. And I think that's something that you expect from your mayor. You expect someone that is not just going to be seen at election time, that's not just going to be seen when it's time for the votes to count. I'm going to be the type of mayor that's going to be active and continually active in this community. My family and I have invested our life in Murfreesboro. This is where we want to be. This is where we want to continue to make Murfreesboro a great place to live. And the thing I would stress to you, the mayor is just one vote. The mayor has to be able to lead and has to be able to bring people towards a common goal. And that's not just the council members, that's our employees. So what I'll tell you, if you're looking for someone who's going to wake up every morning trying to make Murfreesboro a better place, that's who I am, and that's what I'll continue to do.
Thank you, Mr. McFarland and Mr. Washington. Once again, on behalf of the League of Women Voters, Cable Commission, and City Communications Department, I want to thank both candidates for their participation tonight. I also want to recognize the staff of Communications Department for their cooperation in presenting this program. I also want to remind all citizens to go to the polls beginning March 26th to exercise this important right to vote and to determine who represents us in elected office. Now may we close with a round of applause for the candidates.